back to my channel. Today I have an updated brow routine for you. I think this is the first ever brow video that I've actually uploaded that's, you know, just about the brows. But you've seen me filling my brows in various other videos. So I fill them in completely differently now, and it's all thanks to Sam from Pixie Woo. I'm really grateful to Sam for uploading that video because I feel like it's completely changed my life. To give you a bit of history on my brows, I think I've mentioned this in a few videos before. I have very thick Audrey Hepburn style brows, and you know, maybe some people weren't really into that. I'm a 90s kid, so thick brows weren't really a thing then. I got really insecure about it. I let comments get to me and I completely overplucked them to like oblivion. Like, I just had a thin strip. So what I've been doing to grow my brows is I've been using Rapid Brow. I haven't actually used it for a few months now because I've run out, but I am planning on getting some more because I still want to fill in this bottom layer here. But once I get into my routine, I'll show you where the Rapid Brow has helped the brows grow, and it really has helped them grow. I'm quite lucky. I have absolutely no problem growing hair, and there was absolutely no hair there, and some people don't have much luck with the Rapid Brow because if they don't have any hair there in the first place, then sometimes it's not going to grow back. I feel quite lucky because that's not been the case for me, and where I haven't had any hair there for years, I've now got like hairs growing back in that area. And one of the other things I love about this method is because I have quite thick brows in general. They're very dark and thick, but there's almost like a thin layer of thickness and then the rest are fine underneath from where they are growing back. Well, when I use the soap brow method, those thick brows, instead of sitting, like laying down and sitting on top of each other and just looking like a thick line, I can brush those hairs upwards to get a really nice textured thicker brow. It's a really cool routine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my routine. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail because I'm going to link the video from Sam from the Pixie Woo channel below. If you guys are not subscribed to Pixie Woo already, then I definitely recommend that you do go and subscribe to them. They are two of the first YouTubers that I followed many years ago. I've learned many different little tips and tricks from them, and the soap brow method is definitely one of them. So I will link their video down below. But if you guys are interested in seeing my updated brow routine, stay tuned and we'll get straight into the video. Okay guys, it is time to give you an extreme close-up of my brows. So I'm just going to zoom you in more so you can see where my Rapid Brow has been working. So all of this wasn't here, this is actually all new, this front bit. And then underneath here as well. So still not as thick as my actual brow. I mean, my brows naturally were this thick, they were very thick. So I definitely need to carry on using the Rapid Brow to try and thicken those hairs up. One of the things I like about using the soap method is that it lifts all these brow hairs up because there's quite a lot of brow hair going on here. It's quite thick, but it's all just like laying flat on top of each other. So the soap method is going to help to lift that up, and it's going to make the brows appear fuller. So I have a glass of water here. Sam also recommends a clear soap. She likes the Pears soaps. I've got this one that Sam's mum passed on to me. This is I don't know what brand it is, but it's like a Manuka honey soap. She didn't like it because the smell was really overpowering, and it is. It smells like, I don't want to say old ladies, like that old lady smell, but I feel like if I say that everybody knows what I mean. It's very floral, but like in that really old powdery way. It's I like floral, but I like fresh floral. This is really overpowering, so I completely understand why she doesn't like that. I can still slightly smell it once it's on my eyebrows, so I don't know what brand it is, but I don't think I'd recommend it if you're really not into that smell. And also I've got a spoolie. This one is from an old NYX microbrow pencil. So I'm just going to dip my spoolie in the water. And then basically what you need to do is kind of rub it on top of the soap to make a little paste. And you can see that the spoolie is kind of getting coated in soap. You don't need lots and lots of water. Just a little bit will do. Then what we're going to start to do is run it upwards through the brows. I try my best to really concentrate on making sure the spoolie is only touching the brow, so I don't want the soap to get on my forehead, but you can just wipe it off if it does. Okay, so can you guys just see the difference between the brows? This one looks a lot fuller already, and I haven't even begun to fill it in. And one of the things I love about this is I just feel like anyone can do this. It's so easy to do, and it doesn't take much time at all. like when I was filling my brows in with eyebrow pencil or the dip brow pomade, because this was a lot thicker, I would have to fill in down here quite harshly just to get it to match. But I don't actually have to do that anymore. In fact, I use very little product. So that's both the brows done just with the soap. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fill them in with a powder. Right, next all I do is just fill in any areas that need it. So basically underneath here where those lighter hairs are. You could use a brow pomade for this. I imagine you could use something like the NYX Micro Brow or the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is really nice and thin brow pencil. You could just do that to create little brow hair strokes, or you could just use your favorite eyebrow powder. I'm actually using an eyeshadow today because I don't have any eyebrow powders that are dark enough. And this eyeshadow is from my Maya Mia palette and it's in the shade Deep Brown. They do sell these eyeshadows separately. I know this palette's not available anymore, but it's just a really, I mean, it's like a super dark brown, like almost a black shade, and it matches my brows perfectly because they are very dark. So the brush I use for this is this one here. This is from Maybelline, and this comes with the little gel liner pots, but I find these really useful. I like using them to clear up around my lip area. Also for eyeliner, they are actually really good for that, but I also really like using them to fill in my brows. It's super thin and it's actually quite stiff as well. I just wet my brush the tiniest bit and then dip it into the eyeshadow, and very lightly I basically start to create little strokes. As I do this, I'm barely touching the skin, so I don't want to add too much pressure. And one of the other things Sam says is the trick is to not fill in this top bit here. You don't want to like fill that in like that because it kind of defeats the object of the brow. I mean, mine look really fluffy because I do have long brows. I've actually trimmed these, like that's how long they get. Right, here is the finished brow. Just looks really nice and full. I've used very little product just to fill in the gaps. And yeah, you've got nice full brows and they're going to stay in place all day. You don't even need to set them with a brow gel, which is great for me because I have very unruly brows. They never behave themselves. So I really like this technique for so many reasons. The soap is going to help these brows stay in place all day, which is great for somebody like me with unruly brows, but they won't do as they're told. So it's really good. These are going to last all day. Okay guys, so that was my updated brow routine. I hope it helped you out in some way. I really do recommend the soap brow / Hollywood brow method. It has definitely been life-changing for me. I feel like I've got much fuller brows now, but I don't need to block them out and fill them in like I had to before. So I just feel like they look really nice. I love the texture. I love how fluffy they are at the top. I'm really into this brow routine and I don't think I'm going to be doing anything different from this anytime. Please don't forget to check out Sam from Pixie's original video about this whole method. She probably explains it a lot better than me, and it is a really informative video. They have a very informative channel and also they make great brushes as well. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.